Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today I will be showing you how to make a website. So, believe it or not, you will not need to know any coding whatsoever. And we'll be using a great system called WordPress, which will allow you to add your pages, edit your pages, pretty much manage your whole website without knowing any coding. And that's what they call a content management system, and that's what we're going to be using. So over here, I'm going to show you a preview of what we're going to be building. So we're going to do a website for Joe for his plumbing business. So over here we have a logo, and I'm going to show you how to get this icon, how to get this logo going, and how you can edit the logo. And then we have a menu over here of the different pages, and I'll be showing you how to arrange these in order and how to add these pages how to add the menus together. And then over here we're gonna have the nice big picture and the nice big content that displays right away when the user comes on here. It's gonna see this right away, and it's gonna be a big, a big nice font. And over here we're gonna have three different widgets. A preview for each page. This goes to the About Us page, this goes to the Services page, this goes to the Testimonials page. And so let's go over here. We're going to go to About Us, and you'll see that we have a nice picture of Joe, and he elaborates on his history, what he does, and the areas that he covers. And then the Services page, and I'm going to show you how to do all that. So like in the Services page over here, you have three columns, you have an icon for each, and I'm going to show you that it's very, very simple, and it really is not as hard as you would think it would be. Then you go to Testimonials page, and you see that there's columns over here that show the different sample testimonials that customers would, or clients I should say, would write about you. And so we put them on this page. And then the last but not least, we have the Contact Us page, which has the information such as address, such as phone number, and you will have a nice map on the side that shows the locations that you work at. So over here, I'm going to show you how to get this map and how to put it in here. And as you can see, Joe works in the Los Angeles area, so that's why we have the Los Angeles map. And then over here we have a Contact Us form. We have the name, email, subject, how can we help you today, and this will go straight to his email as soon as they fill it out and send it. And I will show you how to do all that, and by the end of this video you'll be able to make your own website. So let's go ahead and get started and start doing our steps. Alrighty, so here are the 6 steps that we're going to be going through in this tutorial. So number 1 is we're going to be registering our domain name. And a domain name, what it is simply, it's a unique name or a unique address that points to your website specifically. So for example, google.com, yahoo.com, amazon.com, even anything with .net, .org, those are all examples of domain names. So we're definitely going to need one of those, and that's going to cost us around $12.95 a year, which is really not bad, because if you think about it, that's your own name on the internet, your own domain name, only for you, and no one else can take it. And so that's a very good deal. And if you think about it, obviously now the internet, it's been out for a while, so the really, really good domain names are taken. However, I'll show you in this tutorial, when we get to the domain name registration, I'll show you how you can get pretty creative sometime and still come up with a good domain name even after all this time. So the second step will be getting your hosting. What the hosting is, simply put, it's like a space on a computer somewhere that has your website. So google.com, yahoo.com, they both of their domain names, they point to a space on a computer, of course their own computers because they're so big, their own space on their computers that has their website. And so a good example, if you want to relate this to real life, is your domain name is like the address of your house, the hosting is like the physical location of your house. So if it helps you thinking about it that way, then that's the way you can think about it. So that one's actually going to cost us around $8.46 a month, which is really not that bad. You get to have your own space on a computer somewhere, and you really don't have to worry about keeping it up all the time. They take care of it. So the third step will be installing the WordPress. And WordPress, what it is, it's a content management system, as I've mentioned, and also known as CMS. So what a content management system is it's a system that allows you to manage your website, edit your pages, add pictures, add forms, do all that without having to know any coding whatsoever. No coding knowledge. And so it's great for beginners. But however, don't think that just because you don't know any coding and this is good for beginners, it doesn't mean that you're settling for low. Because as a matter of fact, not only do beginners use it, but even most professional web developers, they use content management systems. You know what I mean? So don't think that just because you don't know any coding, that now you're selling for something low. And big websites such as CNN.com, Forbes, they use WordPress as their website software. So you're definitely getting a great software out there that really can do pretty much all the work for you on a website. And of course, the best part is that it's free. There's a lot of support for it because WordPress is actually, specifically WordPress, is the number one used content management system. Therefore, it has the most support, and you can pretty much get help with anything if you just type it on Google. So that's very, very nice. The fourth step, this is all related. The fourth, fifth, and sixth are all related to the third, which is, the fourth is you select your template from WordPress, and there's so many free templates out there. The way your website looks like is what a template is. So, for example, you will see that there's some that have 3 columns. There's some that are just very creative. There's 4 different columns sometimes. So we get to select our own template and install that. So as soon as we're done with that, we're going to be adding our pages. So like earlier I showed you with adding the pictures and the content and the contact form, we're going to be doing all of that. And of course we don't need any videos in this tutorial. However, you could always add videos to WordPress. So in case you need to do that, then that's definitely an option that's available. The sixth and final step will be changing the home page. So a home page, like Google.com, they decide that their homepage is going to be just a search box. Alright. But then Yahoo.com decided they're going to put everything on there. They're going to put their mail, they're going to put their weather, they're going to put the news, they're going to put just about everything they can possibly think of. Now, we're going to get to decide what we want our homepage to be, just like they get to decide. And so, we'll be doing that. So, now, the first and second step will be fulfilled together, as I'll show you right now. So, you go to HostGator.com. That's the first thing you do. And what HostGator.com is the web hosting service that offers that allows you to also register a domain name with them. So you can register your domain name and get your hosting from them. Now, why did I choose HostGator out of the so many different, thousands of web hosts out there? Well, number one, it has great user support, and many people recommend it because of their support. So, what they have, for example, is they have a 24/7 live chat. They have a 24/7 phone support. So, for those who are nervous when they start a new website, it's their first time, or they just might have a lot of curious questions, then they're definitely a great company to start with because they have support 24/7. And especially the chat support is very nice for those who don't like to, talk on the phone for too long or wait on the phone. So definitely, I recommend HostGator. And it's the number one host out there right now, so there must be a reason for that, right? So the first thing I want to show you is real quick is over here. You'll see some plans like dedicated servers, VPS hosting. We don't have to worry about these. These are more technical and we're not going to mess with those right now. We're just going to go straight to view web hosting plans, so click on that. Okay, so when you get to here, you will see that there's 3 different plans. There's the hatchling plan, the baby plan, and the business plan. So you'll see that number 1, let's focus on these 2, is that single domain and unlimited domains. That's the difference between hatchling plan and the baby plan. So in a hatchling plan, you'll actually be able to have pretty much only one website, because you'll get to have only one domain name. So once you make a website and you choose a domain name, that's it. That's all. That's the only website you can build. Now, if you want to make a website for your mom, for your dad, for your sister, your brother, your co-workers, your friends, well, then you would go with the baby plan, because you can have unlimited domains. You can have many domain names, so therefore you can have many websites. Now, of course, all of these, one thing they all share, some of the things that they all share in common is, number 1, they have unlimited disk space. And disk space, what it is, it's the space on the computer, so you don't have to worry about putting too many videos or too many pictures, because you have unlimited disk space. And that's nice. For all of them, it's like that. Now, the bandwidth is also unlimited for all of them. So bandwidth, what it is every time a user goes on your website, it takes some bandwidth off the server. So if you have unlimited bandwidth, that means that you do not have any limit on how many users can go on your website, which is very, very nice. Now, the SSL certificate, that's more technical for those, that have a business, for example, that will be putting in credit card numbers and very sensitive information. Then you'll have to worry about, look into the SSL certificate. And also over here, the business plan, private SSL and IP address, toll-free number. We don't have to worry about that right now. Right now, we're just making a simple website, not too complicated, where you go in the business route, and that's for later. So now the baby plan, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna select that one. So let's start off with the month. There's many different options over here. You can do the 3-year, so that means you pay all 3 years of hosting. However, you pay you pay them with the rate of $6.76 a month. So it's less than the rest, but you do have to pay all of it up front. And then you can do the 2-year, the 1 year, the 6 month. Now we're just going to be doing the monthly. We're just going to start off with that, and we're going to click on order now. Alrighty. Okay, so now over here, what we have is the first step, which is please enter your domain name. And so over here, if you already have a domain name, so for example, if you went on GoDaddy.com or Namecheap.com or any other domain name domain name provider, then you would probably put, I already own this domain, and put your domain name here. However, and then of course you'd have to speak to the domain name provider to ask them how you want to transfer it to HostGator. But we're assuming that now most people will be starting off, with HostGator, and they'll be starting off building their website with HostGator. So you will most likely end up just registering a new domain name. And really, that's what we recommend. We recommend having your domain name and your hosting all in one, in one plan. You don't want to have them, different websites and different services. So we're just gonna have them all in here. So for our domain name, we're gonna have, for example, Joe's Plumbing. So you would search. You would look up like joesplumbing.com right here. Oh, and it's taken. So now what we have to do is we have to get a little creative. So what does Joe do? Okay, Joe does plumbing. Okay, but where? Well, he does plumbing in the Los Angeles area, in the LA area. So we can put joesplumbingla.com, and there you have it. It's available. So it's really not that bad. That's how you get creative in terms of domain names. And so we can easily just get that domain name and just build our website. So now, of course, for this tutorial, we're going to be using a sample domain name that we already own, which is mysiteabc.com. And actually, one thing I want to show you real quick is over here, when you put in your domain name, whether you register a new one or you already own one, it's going to show you different options that you can choose, where you can add another domain name to the one you have. So mysiteabc.com I chose here, which I already own. They're asking me if I want mysiteabc.net or .org or .info, .biz. I really don't recommend getting this right now, because really you won't need it unless you become a very big company. So then you would need to just pretty much own all the domain names. However, for now, I really don't recommend it, especially, it will just add $12.95 to your order every single time, and we don't need the extra expense right now. So we're just gonna skip that part. The second step will be asking you to confirm pretty much what you chose, and yes, we chose the baby plan. Yes, we chose the month to month. That sounds good. Then over here, it asks for our username. May not contain capital letters. Has to start with a letter. Has to be 2 to 8 characters long. Cannot have any special characters, so not like no special symbols or anything. So we're just gonna put a lizard for our username. And there's no right or wrong answer in this. You can just put whatever you need. Whatever you would like your username to be, and you can be as creative as you want. Security pin, it asks you to create a security pin for your hosting. It has to be 4 to 8 characters long, can only contain numbers, so let's just choose a number, 7889. Alright. Oh, I've chosen that number before. Okay, so the step after that will be entering your billing information, the painful part. Now this is going to be the email, the first name, last name, company, home phone, cell phone address, and you fill out the rest. And then now over here you choose a credit card or a PayPal. Now if you're in a different country where you can't use credit card, then you would just use PayPal. Now for a credit card, you have all these options right here: American Express, MasterCard, Visa card, Discover. And this is the CVV code, in case you don't know. It'll show you right here. For American Express, it's the last 4 digits behind the card, and Visa MasterCard, it's the 3 digits behind. Shows you over here. Alright. So after you filled out this billing information, over here asks you for some add-ons. It just suggests to you if you would like to add something. So over here, okay, they have domain privacy protection. So now, real quick, let's go over these. So domain name privacy protection is, it protects your information from being available to the public whenever someone looks up your domain name. So whenever someone looks up your domain name after you register it, they'll be able to see your name, your address, your phone number, etc. Pretty much what you've typed in here, of course, without the billing information. And if you're worried about that, you're concerned about that, then you would add this package, which is $9.95 a year. So we're not going to need that in this tutorial, and we don't find it necessary right now, so we're just going to skip that one. And the second thing will be to secure and accelerate your site, is to protect your website from fraud, malware, speeding up your performance. This is really not something that you need unless you have real sensitive information on your website, like social security numbers, credit card numbers, that and you're worried about possible fraud or anything of that sort. Then you would probably get this plan. However, we won't need it because we're not going to be worried about Joe's Plumbing being frauded, because he's just going to be talking about what he does and his phone number, so he has nothing to worry about. The third thing will be the site backup, daily website backups to the cloud. What it is really, it just backs up your website every day, so that in case you did a huge change that you need to go back to, then you can look in the backup and pretty much retrieve what you had earlier. And so since it does it daily, then you feel very safe that that whatever happens to your website, if you change anything, or there's a flood or something and the servers they crash, then you will have an extra backup somewhere that you can rely on. But we won't need this right now, because the hosting actually comes with a backup, which you would have to do manually. So it's probably better just to do that rather than get this this plan right here. So you don't need that. So the last thing will be search engine optimization with SEO Gears. that's to be listed with Google and Yahoo, but you could get listed with that. You can get listed with them without even needing to really check this. You can submit it on your own, and search engine optimization is something that you can just do yourself. You don't have to really worry about this add-on right here. So after that, we're going to actually show you over here. This is a very important step, is the coupon code. So right here is they're going to give you 15 off. So this, it's going to take 15% off your order over here. However, we're going to give you a coupon called WebGator222. What that will do is that will take 25% off your order. So they give you 15% off, we give you 25% off. And of course, who would not want to get the 25% off? And this will not only help you, but it will also help us make more videos like these. So please do use this coupon. It will help both of us. And over here I want to show you real quick. So if I had chosen joesplumbingla.com, the total would be $30.36, and then after you validate that coupon, alright. Oh, there we go. Actually, it went through. Okay, so it takes off 454. If you had typed in 15 off, it will only be 15% off. So make sure to use WebGator22, and then the last step will be to agree to the terms and conditions. And after that, you click on Create Account. Then after that, you will get an email that looks something like this. It will say, "Thank you for your order. This is the plan that you got." Yeah, we got the baby plan. We also, have the control panel website over here. Sounds good. Then this is the username that we chose, which is the lizard. The domain name, which we already had. And this is the temporary password, which we will be changing. This is going to be the password for our control panel. So control panel is pretty much the place where it manages, your hosting plan, what you want in your hosting, and you'll see in a minute how that looks like. Now these name servers, these are more technical information. You won't really need to know about these unless you bought a domain name somewhere else. Then this is information that you will need when you transfer your domain. So the first thing we're going to do, let's go to the control panel, right click and open a new tab. So our username is lizard, and our password is this long complicated one. Copy that, paste it over here. There we go. Okay. And it's gonna be pop-ups. Close that. No, fine. No, I'm fine. Alright. So this is the control panel, and these there's many different things you can do. There's the mail area. This is where you can actually set up your email accounts for your website. So for example, Joe at joesplumbing.com, joesplumbingla.com. There's the logs area. See what's been going on in the server logs of your website. The security, if you need any extra security that you need to put in. There's the IP deny manager. You can block some people from going on your website. Here's where you add more domains. If you want to add on domains or subdomains. Subdomains is, for example, like let's say like sally.joesplumbing.com. If you want to have a website for Sally, if she was like a partner of Joe, for example. And this is the database area. If you need, database on your website. This is all more technical stuff, but for now, let's start off by changing our password, because we don't want to have to remember that long, complicated one. So click on Change Password. Alright. and over here it's going to ask for our old password. Let's paste our old password and just put in your new password here, and then it's going to ask you to type it again. Let me add to that. Okay, to make it strong. There we go. And click on change your password now. There we go, and you don't have to worry about this information right here, but when you get to here, it means that you have changed your password, so you can click on go back. Alright, then it's going to ask you to log in again, so put in your username and put in the password that you just created, or just changed, I should say. Alrighty, there we go. So going back over here, close that, close that. We're going to go down to where we see software services. So this is where we're going to be fulfilling our WordPress step. So to go back over here, the domain name, check, we got our domain, and the hosting, check, we got that, and it was a pretty good deal because we got to do it in pretty much together. So that was nice. WordPress is going to be our next step. So let's go ahead and click on Quick Install. Alright, now when you get to here, this is where you can create your WordPress. And so we're going to go ahead and click on WordPress where you see blog software. Go to WordPress, click on here. Alright, and then click on continue. Alrighty, so over here, when you get to this step, you will see that it has many different domain names if you have more than one. So for example, if you have joesplumbingla.com and you have, sallysplumbingla.com, then it would show both of these domain names. It will ask you which domain name you want to use for WordPress. So obviously we just have one right now, our example, which is mysiteabc.com. So it's just gonna show up that, and then you can put it in a directory if you wanted to. So for example, if I wanted to, I could do mysiteabc.com/Joe and have the WordPress there. In other words, have my website there. But we don't want that. We just want to have it straight in our website. So we're just gonna leave this blank. And let's just put our information. So my email. Now, blog title. Why does it say blog title? So real quick, and also why does it say blog software here? So real quick is WordPress. In reality, what it is, it's a blog software. However, pretty much everyone's transformed it into a website maker. So just because it's a blog software does not mean you can't make a website out of it. You know what I mean? So many people, they've transformed WordPress to a website to the point that you can't even tell it could ever be a blog. And so that's why it says blog title, because originally it's supposed to be a blog, but I'll show you how easy it is to make a website out of it. So blog title, in other words, website title. So it's going to be Joe's Plumbing Services. Alright. Admin user, I'm just going to put my username Alan, first name, Alan, last name, and then click on install now, and then wait for it. And as soon as it's installed, it'll give you a congratulations message, and it says your installation is ready. Now when you get to that point, you most likely just registered your hosting, so you would have to wait 4 hours for the hosting to be complete and fully set up. So I will be back in 4 hours and we will continue with this. And go ahead and get a snack, take a 4-hour break, take a 4-hour nap, whichever you want to do, and we'll get back right into this. Alright, so we are back after 4 hours, and we're going to test out to see how our website looks like. So we're going to go to a new tab, type in your domain name, enter, Alright, and it looks like the WordPress is all installed. Good news, shows the title, shows some sample content. Now obviously we're going to be changing all that, but we're just testing it out now to see if it, installed, and looks like it did. So we're going to go back here. This is the administration area, this link right here, so your domain name / wp-admin. So it's good to memorize that or write it down. So we're going to go ahead and just go straight over here and go / wp-admin. Go here. This is where you'll be managing your website. Okay, now for the username, it'll be the one that you chose over here. So it's Alan I chose. Password will be the temporary password they gave you. Just go ahead and copy that, paste it, and then click on login. There we go. So now this is where your control panel is for the WordPress. So for managing your website. So here you have the pages, the comments, media, and some appearance. Now obviously the comments and posts will only be if you are a blog, so we don't need to get into these two. But over here we have the appearance, we have the users. So let's do this. Let's first go to users, click on all users. This is where we'll be changing our password. And here you can add other users that will be using your WordPress to manage your website. So if you have a team dedicated just for your website, or you have a person dedicated, or a friend that you want to give access to, you can always add them as a user, and you can give them limited privileges as well. So our role here is administrator. That's good. So we're going to go and click on edit under our name, our username, and this is where you can change your password. Actually, if you go scroll all the way down, you can change your password here. Go ahead and do that. So you just type in your password, then you retype it here. Click on update profile, and that's all updated. And you don't have to log back in after that, so that's good. So you can go ahead and click on appearance now to get our theme. Let's click on themes. So let's update us right here. So we registered our domain, got our host, and we installed our WordPress. Check. So it's all good. So now we are going to be selecting a theme. So when you go to appearance, you go to themes. You can see there's already 3 themes installed, but we're going to add a new one. So you're going to go ahead and click on add new. And it shows you some of the featured themes that they offer. And the best part is they're all free. It's very nice about it. And what we're going to do, actually, we're going to choose something called a responsive theme. So we can go to popular. And this is the theme that we're shooting for today. Now, if you don't find it in the popular section, you can always just go to search themes and just type in the name. So responsive. And there it is. So just in case you don't find it in the popular section, and then you're going to go ahead and click on install. Alright, and as soon as it's installed, you can go ahead and click on activate. Alright, then we go to our website. Awesome, and it looks like the theme was installed successfully. So now we're going to be changing the menu. Now actually, before we change our menu, let's first create our pages. So we go over here, click on pages, all pages, and you will see a sample page. You can just trash that. Then we click on add new. Then over here is the title of your page, so let's put an about us page. This is where the content of your page goes. For now, we're just gonna create the pages, so we'll get to that later. We'll click on publish, and then let's go to add new again. Services page. Click on publish here. Add new again. We're gonna have a testimonials. Click on publish here. And then add new again. We're gonna have a contact us page. Click on publish. Then when you go over here, when we refresh, you see that our pages are created. So we're happy about that. However, what we're not happy about is the fact that the menu item, the menu the way it is right now, is not the way we want it. So, you know, we want the contact us over here, we want the services over here. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna click on appearance. We're gonna go to menus. And we have no menu right now, so let's create one and call it menu. And click on create menu. Over here is your menu structure. So there's nothing in the menu right now. So what you do is you have to add them from the pages that you have. So you check the pages that you want to add to the menu, and in this case we want all of them. So you check all of them, click on add to menu. There we go. Then we start ordering them the way we want them. So contact us in the very end of the menu. About us should be right at the top. Testimonials, services, and you'll notice that there's no home page menu. And so the way you add the home page menu is you have to go on links, and I'm gonna put the domain where the WordPress is. So we're just gonna put the main domain name, and then we're gonna call it home. And then you go on and you click on add to menu. And there's your home. And so now this should link to whatever you put on here. So you can, in example, you can even add like a Google link on your menu and just have that link go to Google. So that's an option if you need to do something like that. But for now, we just needed to add our home. So we're gonna now put the home all the way at the top, and we're gonna come over here, menu settings. We want this to be at the header menu. This is going to be at the header, so this is the header area. So we're going to check on that. Click on Save Menu, whichever one. Alright, then we come over here, refresh, and we see our menu is the way we want it. So that's perfect. Now let's take a look at our pages. So we got our theme. Check, and that was the responsive theme. And now we're going to be adding our pages, which we already did, but we want to add them with the pictures and the content and the forms. And so this is almost done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click on About Us, and this is what it shows up right now. It shows the sidebar, which we will want to remove, and it shows empty content, which is obvious because we haven't added anything yet. So what we do actually, we go over here, you go to pages, go to all pages. Alright, and we're going to click on edit under the About Us page. And now to get rid of the sidebar, what you want to do is you want to come over here and you want to click on full width page, no sidebar. So this is under the page attributes box on the right side, and we want the full page without the sidebar. So we click on update after that. Go over here, reload or refresh, and it's all gone. So you see how I just turned it from a blog into a website, because that kind of information on the sidebar is normally used for a blog. So we don't have to worry about that now. We just made it into a website just like that. So we go back over here. I want to show you something that in case you have comments underneath which you want to disable, sometimes it comes with that. So what you do is you go to screen options, you click on discussion checkbox, and you go down over here. This will pop out, and just make sure that allow comments is not checked, and thankfully it's not, so we're good on that. So we've added our about us page, so now we need to add some content. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add it. So we're gonna add some content. So what we did is we took a picture of Joe, so that he can be our image on the about us page. And you can be creative. You can take a picture of, anything you want. Whether you want to take a picture of your building, your office building, yourself, your staff. You can be creative. And so what we do here is you go to Add Media to add a picture. When you click on that, this is going to be your media library. So this is where all the pictures and videos will be to upload. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be uploading Joe's picture. So we're going to click on Select Files and go to My Documents, Joe's website. That's where I put it. So we're going to find it over here. Here he is. And click on Open. And wait for that to upload onto your server. There we go. And now that he's here, we can click on Insert into Page. Perfect. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be adding some content. So we're going to say history. So over here, Joe will tell us a little bit about his history. And you can go ahead and click on Toolbar Toggle to get more options. So these options over here will give you an opportunity to add a bigger header and to change the color. There we go. Actually, we can make that even bigger. Or there we go. So now we can add some content over here. Copy. This is some sample content that I added earlier. And then we can have what we do. Yep. Copy that. Alright. And of course you can put whatever you want to talk about over here. And actually we're going to make this the same as that header. So we're going to make heading 1. Great color. And last but not least, we're going to have a section called areas that we cover. So put that down here, areas that we cover. Because, Joe does not cover every single area. It's too much for him. So we're going to go ahead and click on... Okay, so now actually we're going to go ahead and put that last content. Okay. And then what we're going to do here is you can see that, we would like the history, to start, aligning next to him. Because it looks better that way. So what we're going to do is actually click on the image and you click on this right here where it says Align Left. Click on that. And there you go. See how much nicer that looks. So then you click on Update. Then you go over here, refresh, reload, and there you have it. You have Joe's picture, history, what we do, areas that we cover. So now we've added our About Us page. Now let's go ahead and add our Services page. Alrighty, so now go ahead and click on the Services page. Alright, then over here you can see that the sidebar is still showing and there's no content, so we're going to go ahead and click here, go to Pages, Alright. And click on Edit Services. Alright, so now over here, we're going to be adding our services. So that before actually we do that, let's change this to full width page, so no sidebar. Perfect. So we want to add some services such as drain cleaning service, installation, repair and replacement, lavatory and sinks. So I'm going to show you how to get cool icons for those, because Joe wants to impress, have a good website with some cool images. So we're going to go ahead and show you a website called flaticon.com, and has plenty of great icons for free. So what you could do is you could create an account over here, and you can pretty much register with your Facebook or your Google account, so it would be very quick. I've already actually created an account, so I can go ahead and click on login, and then I can just connect with my Gmail. I'm already logged in with Gmail, so Google plus Gmail, same account, so don't worry. And click on accept after that when it shows this pop-up. Or if you're connecting with Facebook, it will show something else, and you'll also have to accept and agree. And don't worry, it does not take any real personal information. It just takes information such as your email and your name, just to be registered under the Flat Icon website. But don't worry about your security. So you can go ahead and click accept if you're on Gmail, or also accept if you're on Facebook. Alright, so now as soon as you're logged in, you can go back to the home page. And let's see, our first service is going to be the drain cleaning. So, drain cleaning services. And looks like that's what we want. Perfect, bold, yep. Oh, let's change that back to green. Okay. And so for that, let's have a drop of water icon. Just like a drop of water. There we go. So let's choose this one. This one looks pretty good. Make sure that you look in the flat icon section. These are advertisements that they'll make you purchase if you go to them. So we don't want that. We just want the free ones for now. So we go to flat icon area, and you click on the bottom, the eye looking shape over here. Click on that. Alright. So this is our image. There's many ways you can download them, but we're going to download actually the PNG version. The PNG we'll be able to put on our website automatically, and it'll be transparent, so we don't have to worry about the background of the image. Click on that. Let's choose the 32 pixel. Oh, and it lets us download right away. Let's just save that. That's okay. And then over here I'm using Firefox, so I right click, open containing folder. This is where my download section is, so I can go ahead and copy that. Okay. Go back over here. Now I can add media. So we can go to upload files over here, because this is our media library, and this is where we put Joe. And so that's the only picture we have right now, but we want to add something else, so you go to upload files over here. So then you click on select files. And oh, we're already on the download section. We can just paste that just to show you over here. Okay. So now we're going to be using the faucet, so click on open. That's the image that we downloaded. Alright, and as soon as that's loaded, we're going to go ahead and insert into page. There we go. And we wait for that. Let's try again. It didn't look like it went through. Okay, you click on it. Oh yeah, there we go. You have to click on it to check it, and then you click on insert into page. Alright, and there it is. And go ahead and make it a little bigger. There There we go. And then you can just drag that over here. Alright. And then we're gonna go ahead and just put our services. Next thing we're gonna have is our installation, repair, and replacement. I have the same style over here. And for that, let's go back to the home page and let's choose a ranch. Alright, take a look over here. I like this one, so let's click on that. Go to download PNG file, go to the 32 pixel. Save that. Go back over here, add media, upload files, select file, Ranch 44, open that. There we go, insert into page. Alright, click on it and drag it all the way over here. Then we're going to be adding our services. So Joe does pumps, remodeling, water services, all have to do with installation, repair, and replacement. And then the last one we're going to add is lavatories and sinks. Bold that, make it gray, just like the others. And for that, let's do a toilet. Back over here, toilet. Oops. I misspelled that, so I'm going to search again. There we go. Let's do this one. Looks pretty good. Download PNG. Let's choose the 32 pics. Alright, and save that. Come back over here. Add media. Upload files. Select file. There we go. And as soon as that's loaded, you go ahead and click on insert into page. Alrighty. And move that all the way here. There we go. So it's pretty nice. It lets you, WordPress, lets you drag the images, put them wherever you need. You don't have to worry about moving them with the code or anything like that. So it's very nice. Then over here you copy the services and let's paste them. Okay. So now whichever company you have, you can be creative. You can have different, obviously you can have different icons. If you're not a plumbing service, you might not have these. You can over here, you can just have something similar to the About Us page, where you pretty much have a title of a section and saying we do this and that, and then elaborate on the kind of service you give. But for this, we're just doing simple services that the plumbing that Joe offers. So he doesn't go into detail over here, but if you want, you could always go into detail, and there's no problem with that. So, but for us, we're just gonna have it this way. So we're gonna click on update, and we go to the services page, and we reload or refresh. Alright, so it looks like the sidebars are moved, that's good, and it looks like our services page is showing up nicely. However, we would really like to have these go into 3 columns, because there's all this space over here, so it would be nice if they were all, if each of them was in a column. So let's go ahead and do that, and make these into 3 columns. So we add something called the plugin. So when we go back over here, you go to plugins, and what plugins are, they're really like kind of like gadgets or extra tools that you can add to your WordPress. And this really is what makes WordPress probably very powerful, is because Different people are always designing different plugins that you can use for WordPress that are all for free. Not all of them, but most of them are for free, and they allow you to do cool things to your website. For example, like the columns. Like right now, it's going to allow us. We're going to be able to get a plugin that will help us put this into columns without needing any coding whatsoever. So that's what makes plugins, pretty nice. And you can also add a contact form with the plugin, which we will show you momentarily. So now first let's do the 3 columns. So we're going to go ahead and click on Add New to the plugins. And you can see that there were some default plugins already installed over here, but none of them are the columns. So we're going to have to add a new one. So when you come over here, just go ahead and search column. Click on search plugins. Alright, so there's all kinds of different ones you can try out and use, and the rating is very nice. It tells you which one is highly ranked by the users, and the one actually that we're going to be going for is called this right here, WEN's responsive column, because number one, it's made for this template, which is the responsive template. So that's what we want, and I've tested it out and it's very user friendly. So we're gonna go ahead and click on install now, and then yes, you want to install, and then you just wait for it to install. Alright, and as soon as it does that, you can go ahead and click on Activate Plugin. And you wait for that to activate. Alright, there we go. And looks like it's over here now. It's part of our plugins page, and it's all activated. So if you ever forget to activate it, you can go back to the plugins page over here and activate it if it wasn't. So we go back to our pages, and let's go to our services page to transform it into 3 columns. And we wait for that. Alright, then you go ahead and click on Edit Services. Alright, and when you get over here, sometimes the text might take a while to load, but it should load any second now. Okay, and you'll see that there's a new tool here that should be showing up very soon. Right here. So you see this new tool that you could use called the WEN's Bootstrap Columns. So that's what we're gonna do. Actually, we're gonna go to the top over here. We're gonna make sure our text is at the top, because it's gonna put something on our text editor. So we're gonna click on that, and it's gonna say how many columns do you want. Max is 6, so we're gonna put 3. Click on OK. There we go. So now, don't worry, this is not coding. This is just a way to reference where your columns are. So this right here says, BS columns class equals 1/3, and it ends over here. So the slash BS columns means it ends here. So each one of these is a column, and your content goes here. That's where your column goes. So the content of your column, that's where it goes in between here. So first column, second column, third column. And so let's do this. So we're gonna copy this right here. Actually, let's cut it, and then we're gonna go over here, highlight that, and then paste it. There we go. So that's our first column. Our second column, we're also gonna cut and paste this. Alrighty. Oops. Alright. And looks pretty good. Now let's go ahead and test it out. So you click on Update Page. Go to the Services page. After it's updated. Alright. Reload or refresh. There we go. So now we have our 3 columns. So that looks pretty good. Now we're going to go ahead and do our testimonials page. So click on our testimonials. Okay, so same thing, we're going to want to remove the sidebar. So let's go back over here, click on pages. Okay, click on edit testimonials. Alright, so put it to full width. And we're going to actually make 4 columns for that. So click on this blue icon right here. 4. Enter. And here it gives you 4 different columns. Let's separate them out. And so here we would have testimonials. So I have some sample content over here. So you would have something like this. Put that in italics, and then the company name. And we're just gonna, it's just sample content, so we're just gonna go ahead and add the same thing for each. But you get the idea that, you know, you can put a testimonials page and show a review of different companies that have you know, either recommended you or have said really nice things to you in terms of your customer service or your or the service itself that you offer. So it's a great way to attract people to use your service. So once you have your content done over here, you can click on update, go to the page, refresh or reload, and there we go. Looks pretty good. So now let's go ahead and work on our contact us page. So we're actually not going to be removing the side bar over here because we're going to be using it for something else. So let's just keep that for now. Let's go to our contact us page. Click on edit. Okay. So here let's put our address. And this is just an example. Los Angeles, California. I should wait 4th Street. And the phone number. And that's going to be alright. And we're gonna have, okay, so we're gonna have that, and then we're gonna click on update. Go back over here. Reload. Alright, looks good. It's good to check your work every once in a while, just to see how it's coming along, and it gets pretty exciting sometimes. So yeah, this looks pretty good. We're gonna go back over here. And you know, we're gonna actually need a contact form, because maybe they just want to give you, you know, an email. They just don't want to have to use a phone or mail you something, so they just want to fill out something and just send it right away. So we're gonna go ahead right now and add a contact form. Alright, so the contact us form is also going to be a plugin. So we're going to go ahead and go to plugins. Alright, and we're going to go to add new. And the most popular one is actually called Contact Form 7. It's a very nice one. Click on search plugins. And there's all different kinds, but we're going to choose this one over here. Click on install now. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. And as soon as it's plugged in, or as soon as it's installed, I should say, as we go ahead and activate the plugin. So click on activate plugin. Alright. So now that it's plugged in, we can now start working on our contact form. So we go ahead and click on settings. And over here we have some sample contact forms that they gave us. So they have one right now, so you click on edit, and you can just use this one, you know, because we just need one for now. So you can click on edit this one, and it shows that right now it will show your name. It'll ask for your name, your email, your subject, and your message. So instead of calling it your message, we're gonna say how can we help you today? And you don't have to worry about the rest. But these are the titles over here on top. So you can go down, and here it shows where you want to put your where you want the contact form to send. So if you want it to be sent to your email right here, then you just put it over here. If it's going to be your company email, then make sure you put your company email. And so that's very important that you have the correct email over here. And you can ignore the rest of the stuff here and go ahead and save. Now as soon as you save, there are instructions over here that say copy this code and paste it into your post page or text widget. So in other words, this over here, we will copy it. Click on copy, and this will be going into your contact us page, and so that's where it knows where to generate the contact form. So obviously we want our contact form to be over here, so we want to make sure that the code goes over here. So as you can see, you can just click edit from the page itself because you're logged in, so it recognizes you. So you can go ahead and click on edit. Alrighty, and you just wait for that to load. Then you come over here and just paste that, and then click on update. And let's go ahead and view the page. Actually, go over here, visit site, right click for a new tab. There we go. Go to contact us. Alright, and there you have it. It's very nice, right? So this is where they put their name, their email, their subject, and how we can help you today. They'll put it over here, and they will send away, and you should be getting it into that email that you put in. The next thing we want to do now is we want to have a map over here to show where Joe actually works at. We want to show that Joe works in the LA area. So let's do that. First, we go to maps.google.com. Then we put in the address. So let's just put Los Angeles, California, because that's the area that Joe will be doing his plumbing. So we will show a map of that. Then you click on the icon over here, and this is where you go to share EMD map, and you go to EMD map over here, and this is the code that will be showing your map. So you go ahead and copy that, and you close it. So now that you've copied it, let's just put that on the side right now. We can just put this on our notepad, right? This code right here. Because first we gotta be doing some stuff here. So let's first change this sidebar to put our map. So we're gonna go to Appearance, then we're gonna go to Widgets. And over here, this is the main sidebar. And as you can see, the main sidebar has the search, recent posts, exactly search, recent posts, exactly what it is over here. So what we want to do is we want to remove them. And the way you remove them is just drag them and put them on the left over here. One by one. So now it's completely empty. So now we go here and there's one called a text. On the left side, the available widgets, you see text. We drag that over here, and this lets us add our own text that we want on the sidebar. So that's where you go to your code that you got from Google, and you copy that, and you paste it. And you don't need to have a title. And you click on Save. And then you refresh. Alright, so the good news is the map is here, but the bad news is it's too big. So we're going to go back over here, and don't worry, this is not coding, but if you take a look, it's in English. It says width equals quotes 600. Oops. So this is where you're going to be changing your width. So let's do 240, and you can just keep trying different widths until you get it right. So you save that, you reload, and it looks pretty good. If you want to make it a little bigger, you could say 260. Save that. And you can adjust the height as well. So you can say maybe 480. Save that. Reload. Alright. And we like it this way. It looks pretty good. So now that we've added our pages, we've added our About Us page, our Services page, our Testimonials, our Contact Us page. That is pretty much all checked. So now what we gotta do is change the home page with the way we want it. And that includes actually our logo. Now let's go ahead and change our logo. So let's go to our favorite website, and which is flaticon.com. And we know there's many ways you can do, you can get a logo. You can either hire a designer that can create a nice logo for you, or if you yourself know how to design in Photoshop, you can make your own logo. So there's many different ways, but right now I'm going to show you a very simple way to do it. And so what we can do is we can go ahead and go to flaticon.com and search, let's go to wrench, and we're going to choose a different image. And there was one I saw earlier that I liked for a logo, and here it is. So I think this is pretty nice. You can click on the bottom button over there. Okay, and then this is the one we want. Looks pretty good. Looks like you're working on something in the home, which is plumbing. So you can click on download PNG file. Let's just get the 128 pixel. Save that. Press OK. There we go. So now that that's saved, I'm going to show you another website called pixlr.com/editor. And it's a great software that helps you create your images, manage your images, edit your images. Very, very nice. You can go ahead and click on create new image. And for width, we're going to put 300. For height, we're going to put 100. And let's make sure you click on transparent, because if you don't put transparent, then whatever background the image is going to have is going to also affect your page. So we don't want that. We just want the logo itself. So we're going to make sure we check on transparent, then click on OK. That opens up. Then we're going to go on File, Open Image, to open the image or the icon that we just got, which is this one right here. And it was in the downloads directory, so that's where I get it from. Click on Open, and there it is. Now it's two different documents over here. One is the image and one is the logo. So we want to put this over here. So if you're on a Windows, you hold Control and then you hit A. So you hold Control and then hit A, and that selects all of it. If you're on a Mac, you would hit Command and then A. You would hold Command and then you would hit A, and then you copy it. And if you're on Windows, you hold Control and then you hit C, the letter C as in cat. And if you're on a Mac, you would hit Command and you would hold Command and you would hit C as in cat. And then after you do that, you go over here, you hold Control if you're on a Windows, and then you hit V, and that pastes it. If you're on a Mac, you hold Command and you hit V as in Victor in order to paste it. And then you go to this tool over here and you can position it nicely like that. And then we go to a text tool, which is over here, type tool. Click on this, it's an A, and we're gonna put it over here, and we're gonna put Joe's Plumbing, and we're gonna make the size slightly smaller. I'm gonna make it a little bigger maybe, and let's choose a nice font. I like this one right here, and let's make it a dark gray, bold. And this may be a little too big, so you can go ahead. And these are the layers actually. You can click on this layer, which is this image right here, and you can go ahead and click on image. Crop. No, you don't have to crop it actually, but you can just move it like this. There we go, and then go to Joe's Plumbing. Move that over here. You can actually we can right click. No, we can leave it like that. Looks pretty good actually. Okay, and alright. So once we do that, we can go ahead and save this. Click on File and then Save, and we're gonna go ahead and save it as a PNG so it can be transparent, full quality, and you click OK. And actually, let's name it Logo, Joe Plumbing Logo. Click on OK, and let's go ahead and put it in our desktop. Joe Plumbing Logo. Save. And you wait for that. There we go, image saved. So now we go over here. So let's change our logo. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Settings. I'm sorry, go to Appearance, and we're going to go to Theme Options. Theme options is where you could edit your home page and your logo and other different styles. But for now, we're gonna change the logo, so we're gonna click on this right here, and then here it asks you need to replace or remove default logo. Yes, so we're gonna click here. Alright, and then this shows our current logo, so we're gonna change that. We're gonna click on Browse, and we're going to go to our desktop. This is where we saved it. And so we saved it as Joe Plumbing Logo. So click on that. Click on Open. And then click on Upload after you do that. Now, over here, it's a very nice tool. You can crop and publish. So you can change the size. Oh, I'm sorry. You can change which part you want to take, whether you want to just take this part or that part. But we're gonna go ahead and just take the whole thing. Maybe a little bit less space over here like that. Okay, and then crop and publish, and there it is. Now we're gonna go ahead and refresh our page, there's our new logo. Looks pretty good. So let's go back to our home, and now we're gonna change this part where it says hello world, all that detail that is not related to us. So we're gonna go back here, click on theme options, because like I said, the theme options is where you can edit your home page. So home page, click on that, and where it says hello world, we're going to change that to say welcome to Joe's Plumbing. And our subheadline is going to be offering great plumbing services for over 20 years. And now over here, this content area is let me show you. Let me close that. Okay, the content area is this right here. So we can say something like, hello, my name is Joe, and I have been serving the Los Angeles area for over 20 years. I strive for customer satisfaction and quality service. Do not be hesitant to contact me for any questions or concerns you have regarding my service. Okay, or you can have something like that. Call to action over here. This is the call to action URL, call to action button. So it's regarding this over here. So this button, when they click on it, you want them to go somewhere. So instead of calling it call to action, let's call it contact us. And the URL that's the page, the link or the website they're gonna go to. So we're gonna go. We want them to go to our contact us page. So we can click on the contact us page, and we can copy the URL on top over here, and then just use that for our link. Okay. And then we can go ahead and click on save options. And then go to home. Alright. This might look too big over here, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to home page, and we're just gonna say Joe's Plumbing. And then we can go ahead and reload that. Alright, and looks much better. And over here, when you click on contact us, it will go to our page over here. So it looks pretty good. Go back to home, and now we're gonna want to change this page over. This image over here. Now you could always just take a picture of your office or of the tools, or whatever business you're doing, something that's related, because we want to have a big picture over here. And the flaticon.com website unfortunately won't do it, because they're very tiny icons, so you cannot get big pictures. The stock photos are what you want if you don't want to take your own picture. Now the problem is that normally the free stock photos are available are not a very good quality, and they're not the type that you don't want to put on your website. So you could always go to a website that I really like called Dollar Photo Club, and it's pretty much $1 photo, $1 per photo, and they're very nice photos and they're very good quality. And you start off with $10 a month, and you get to have 10 photos for that month. And you can also, upgrade to get more photos than that. So I really recommend this one. Now I already took a picture of some plumbing services, so I'm gonna go ahead and upload one that I have. So let's go over here, go to appearance, theme options, go back, and then home page, same thing. Go over here, you click on add media, upload files, select files, and go ahead and open that. Alrighty, so now that it's all uploaded, go ahead and click on insert into post. So this area right here where it says featured content, this is where we added it because this right side is the featured content that it's referring to. So we're gonna actually go ahead and make this bigger. And you can always add some text underneath over here, but we won't be needing to do that. It won't really look good, so we're gonna have a nice big image. Make it a little bigger maybe. Okay. Click on save options. Go over here, reload. Alright, and looks pretty good. And now we're going to actually change our 3 widgets. Okay, so to explain what's going to be in the widgets is number 1 is going to have the preview of the About Us page. It's going to say what we do, show some text, and it's going to say read more. Over here it's going to say services, show some images, and it's going to show, just explain a little bit what we do. It's going to say read more. And then same here, it's going to be actually testimonials, and it's going to show an example of a testimonial, and then it's going to say read more. So let's go ahead and get started. Now over here you would go on appearance, you go to widgets, and this is where you edit each of these widgets. Home widget 1, home widget 2, home widget 3. So that's exactly what these are. So now over here, what we could do is we can grab the text over here, the text box, and then drag it to home widget 1, and it will let us add some text over here that will be showing up here. However, this one's not too good because this one does not have the bold, the italic, the cool features that we have, adding the media. So what we want to do, we want to get a plugin. So let's go ahead and click on plugins. And how much have we seen so far, that the plugins can get really useful and truly make WordPress very powerful. So click on add new to plugins, and let's search Black Studio. Alright, and that's what it's called. It's called Black Studio Tiny MCE widget. So click on install now. Okay. Alright, then activate the plugin. Alright. Now that it's activated, we can go to our appearance and then widgets. And you can see now that there's a new feature called Visual Editor. So now we just drag that onto the home widget 1. Then we write what we do, and you don't have to put a title over here, so just put what we do and make this gray, bold, bigger. Then we can go ahead and go to the About Us page and get a nice preview over here. Copy that, paste, and then center this, and then we can go to the link of the About Us, copy that, and then over here put read more, ... copy that, and then click on the paper clip tool that makes you that helps you generate a link. So you can go ahead and paste the link there, which we will paste the About Us page link, and we'll say read more as a title. Now over here, this is if you want to open it into a new tab, which we don't want to do that. We're going to stay in the same website anyway, so just ignore that and click on add link. Click on save, and it's always good to preview your work. So you can go ahead and go to the home page, and there it is. And you can see that there's an extra box over here. If we go over here, we'll see why. Click on close. There's an extra text over here. We don't need that, so we just drag it and take it off. There we go. So now let's go to the home widget 2. Same thing, drag the visual editor over here. Alright, and we're going to say services. Highlight that. Make it gray. Bold. There we go. And then we're going to add actually our 3 images. We click on Add Media and just add each and every one. There we go. And we're going to, right over here, we're going to say we offer all kinds of services to the Los Angeles area, such as we offer all kinds of plumbing services, such as installation, replacement of lavatories, sinks, and drains. Go to our services page, click on that. Alright, copy the link and write read more, highlight that, click on the paperclip tool, and then paste. There we go. Title should be read more, add link. Alright, and let's go ahead and just center everything. There we go. Click on save. Let's check our work, go to home. Alright, looks pretty good. So this will have the an example of a testimonial. So we're gonna go ahead over here, click close the services. We're gonna drag the visual editor to the final widget, home widget 3. I'm gonna type in testimonials. Alright, and we'll put an example testimonial over here. We'll say, okay. Say, Joe did a great job installing my draining system in all 3 bathrooms of my house. Not only did he finish quickly, but his pricing was extremely fair, and he gave great information on how to better my draining system and save money at the same time. And it's going to be Sherry. And let's just make all of this italic, including this. And we're going to go ahead, go to our testimonials page, click on that, copy this link, write in read more, highlight that, click on the paper clip, paste that into here, and then read more, add link. Now save that, and then let's go to our home page. Looks good. Now let's just center it, make it consistent. Center that, save, reload that. And there you have it. Now you have your own website. We have the home page, all done. We have the About Us page with Joe over here. We have the services page, and we have a testimonials page, and we have a contact us page, and this is a nice area where you have the map, the location of where Joe works, the address, the phone number, and a form for the clients to send him, just in case they need to use the services if they have any questions. And we have a nice logo over here. So there you have it. You now know how to build a website. As you can see, it's very simple. I hope you enjoyed the video, and best of luck in all your future endeavors. And I hope you make a website out there that's better than mine.